Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Rápidamente déjenme explicarle la dinámica de este video. Es una simulación lo más realista que podemos. La hacemos desde la sala de espera. Vamos a poner este plástico, ¿verdad? Que ponen los oficiales entre el entrevistador y el entrevistado. También lo hacemos con máscara, lo cual es sumamente incómodo. Pero bueno, para hacerlo más realista que se pueda y para hacerlo lo más realista que se pueda, no pusimos subtítulos de ningún tipo. Simplemente para las preguntas cívicas te ponemos la respuesta. Pero lo que estamos tratando con este video es ver qué tan preparado estás. Recuerda que durante la entrevista no habrá subtítulos, no habrá nada, serán tuyo el oficial. Entonces es bueno estos videos para que tú mismo te des cuenta qué tan preparado estás, y si fallas en algo no te sientas mal, qué bueno que aún hay tiempo, puedes ir a estudiar esa parte que has fallado. Vamos a dejar en los comentarios o el primer comentario de este video un link de un video muy parecido a este en el cual sí pusimos letras por si tienes alguna pregunta, ¿ok? Entonces amigos, con estos videos ya saben, simplemente lo que tienen que hacer es darle like, es todo lo que tienen que hacer, es gratuito darle un like, no te cuesta nada. Suscribirte a nuestro canal para que no te pierdas ninguno de los videos que tenemos. Tenemos muchos videos de la ciudadanía, todo este canal es dedicado 100% a la ciudadanía, y suscribirte, ¿verdad? Es lo que tienes que hacer. Muy bien, sin nada más que decir, mucha suerte en la práctica. Déjanos en los comentarios cómo te fue en la práctica para saber si seguimos haciendo más videos como este, y pues toda la suerte del mundo, ¿no? Venga, vamos a hacer el video. N69. Hi, how are you doing today? Great. How you feel? Please follow me. Please step inside and remain standing. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm that the statements you will give and provide today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, please take a seat. Hi, my name is Officer Martinez, and today I will be conducting your citizenship interview. As you see, we still are having social distancing. That's why we have this plastic in front of you or between us, and I also wearing a mask. Please do not remove your mask at any time. If you have any problems in hearing me, please ask me to repeat the question, but do not remove your mask, okay? Your interview will be split in 3 parts. First, we're gonna do the civic and writing and reading test. Then I'm gonna ask you some personal questions in the N400, okay? Before we begin, do you have anything that you would like to share to me? Do you want to update any information on your application? Perfect. First, let's do the reading and writing test. Can you please read the following sentence? Thank you. Now, can you please write the following sentence? President's Day is in February. President's Day is in February. Thank you. This is how you write President's Day is in February. Now we're going to do the civic test. I'm going to ask you 10 questions. You need to answer correct at least 6 of them. Okay? Give me 1 second. First question. Name 2 national U.S. holidays. Thank you. Next question. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? Next question. When was the Constitution written? Next question. When do we celebrate Independence Day? Next question. What is the rule of law? Next question. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Next question. Name one U.S. territory. Next question. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? Next question. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the military? Okay, and the last question. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Congratulations, you approved your civic writing and reading test. Now let's do some following questions, okay? Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Okay. Have you ever voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Do you now have or do you ever had inheritance title in order of nobility from any foreign country? Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined into a mental institution? Do you now owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes? Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you become a lawful permanent resident? Have you ever called yourself a non-U.S. resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you become a lawful permanent resident? Have you ever been member of, involved in, or any way associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar group in the United States or in other location in the world? Can you please tell me why you are not allowed to vote? Okay, have you ever been a member of or any way associated either directly or indirectly with the Communist Party, with any other totalitarian party, with a terrorist organization? Have you ever advocated either directly or indirectly the overthrow of any government by force or violence? Have you ever persecuted any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Between March 23, 1933 and May 8, 1945, did you work for or associate in any way with the Nazi government of Germany? Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? Genocide, torture, killing or trying to kill someone, badly hurting or trying to hurt a person on purpose, forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relations, not letting someone practice his or her religion. Can you explain to me what is genocide? Thank you. Were you ever a member of or that you ever serve, help, or otherwise participate in any of the following groups? Military unit, paramilitary unit, police unit, self-defense unit, vigilant unit, rebel group, guerrilla group, militia, insurgent organization? Okay? Were you ever a worker, volunteer, soldier, or do you otherwise ever serve in any of the following? Prison or jail, prison camp, detention facility, labor camp, any other place where people were forced to stay? Okay, can you explain to me what is a militia? Thank you. Were you ever a part of any group or did you ever help any group, unit, organization to use weapons against any person or threaten to do so? Did you ever sell, give, or provide weapons to any person or help another person sell, give, or provide weapons to any person? Did you ever receive any type of military, paramilitary, or weapons training? Did you ever recruit, enlist, conscript, or use any person under 15 years of age to serve and help an armed force or group? Do you understand what a prison is? What is a prison? Thank you. Did you ever use any person under 15 years of age to do anything to help or support people in combat? What is a weapon? Okay. Have you ever committed, assisted, and committed or attempt to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? Have you ever been charged with committed, attempting to commit, or assisted in committing a crime or offense? Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? Have you ever been placed in an alternative sentencing or rehabilitate program? Have you ever received a suspended sentence, being placed in probation, or being paroled? Okay. Have you ever been in jail or prison? How about in your country of origin? Were you ever in prison or jail back in your country of origin? Do you understand what arrested is? What is arrested? Okay, thank you. Have you ever been a habitual drunkard? Have you ever been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution? Have you ever sold, smuggled, controlled substance, illegal drugs, or narcotics? Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time? Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit? Have you ever helped anyone to enter or try to enter the United States illegally? Have you ever failed to support your dependents or pay alimony? Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States? Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? Have you ever lied to any U.S. government official to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain an immigration benefit while in the United States? Have you ever been ordered to remove, excluded, or deported from the United States? Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Have you ever been placed in removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings? Are removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings currently pending against you? Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? Can you explain to me what is cited? Thank you. Are you a male who live in the United States between your 18th and 26th birthday? Okay. Before we continue, let me ask you a few questions, okay? What is your full legal name? And have you used other names in the past? Would you like to change your name? Okay. Can I see your permanent resident card, your passport, and your ID, please? You don't need to give them to me. Can you please just show them to me? Okay. Thank you. Do you fill out the application by yourself? You say you don't need to update anything on the application. Everything is the same, right? Okay. What are the last four numbers of your social security number? Okay. What is your phone number? And your height and your weight? Where do you currently live? Yes, what is your address? Can you please spell the name of the street for me? Thank you. How long have you lived there? What is your previous address? Okay. What is your marital status? How long have you been married? What is your spouse's name? How many times have you been married? Okay. How many children do you have? Are your children U.S. citizens? Is your spouse a U.S. citizen? What do you do for a living? Yeah, what kind of job do you have? Where do you work? Okay. And how long have you been working there? What do you do in your job? Okay. I'm sorry, my system is a little bit slow today. Okay. What was your job back in your country of origin? Where were you born? Okay. And what is your date of birth? Perfect. How many times have you traveled out of the United States in the last 5 years? Since you submitted your application, did you travel again? Where did you travel to? And what was the purpose of this trip? For how many days was this trip for? Okay. In any of these trips, did you spend more than 6 months out of the United States? Do you understand that you're under oath, right? Can you please tell me why it's important to be honest and tell me the truth? Thank you. What is the first thing you planning to do when you become a U.S. citizen? That's great. Please answer yes or no to these questions. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Okay. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? What is an oath of allegiance? Okay. Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combat services in the U.S. Armed Forces? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian directions? Okay. One last question. Please tell me why you want to be a U.S. citizen. Okay. Let me tell you that congratulations. You have approved your citizenship interview. I would recommend it as approved. And you only need one more step, that is having your oath ceremony, and you will become a U.S. citizen. Congratulations again. Muy bien, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo te fue en la práctica? Espero que te ha ido excelente. Ya sabes, déjame saber en los comentarios. Darle like a este video si no se lo has dado. Revisa que estás suscrito. Es importante estar suscrito a nuestro canal para que no te pierdas ninguno de los videos. Si tienes tu entrevista esta semana, todos aquí te deseamos toda la suerte del mundo. De corazón, esperamos que todo salga bien, que nuestro esfuerzo te haya servido, ¿verdad? Para que llegues bien preparado para ese día tan importante. Si aún no tienes tu entrevista, no desesperes. Seguiremos trabajando juntos, todos, incluyendo a ti, para que llegues bien preparado para ese día tan importante. Muy bien, amigos, nos vemos pues en el próximo video. Que estén bien, Chao.